today I have a new video for you because Acacia Kersey is a master manipulator and I have a piece of advice for you, girl. First off, stop using your kids for views. Stop using them for sponsorships and clicks and money. Why don't you go get some real life skills and learn how to make a normal living without having to use your children online for a paycheck. Secondly, do not use your mental health issues to try to explain away your poor parenting, because as someone who suffers with mental health issues, I find it really offensive that you will justify what you've done to these children because of mental health. So we're going to get into all of this today, so get ready to pay close attention, grab a snack, and wash it down with some hot tea. If you guys don't know who Acacia Kersey is, she is an influencer here on YouTube and on Instagram. She has a bunch of subscribers on YouTube. She is approaching 1 million subscribers, and she makes a lot of family-oriented content because she uses her children to get fame on the internet and clout and to make money, which is honestly so gross. And I'm so tired of these people who are using their children to just make a profit. Like, you're just taking away their childhood so you can make a couple dollars on YouTube. Like, please stop. This industry is disgusting and it needs to be stopped. Let's talk about this, because this is why I'm actually so mad. So you may have heard in my previous video on Acacia Kersey that she's no longer a family channel, that she's finally accepted that family channels are wrong and that using your children is wrong and that making them work on a partnership or a sponsorship or on a video is wrong. And it was lovely. She explained that she is not going to be posting about her children anymore. She'll do, like, you know, some surface level updates, but you know, her content does not revolve around her kids, which was an amazing moment. And I actually praised her on my channel because when good behavior comes, I love to reward it. But then shortly after she posted this, she shared a TikTok and she literally put her son's picture like right up in there. And since then, she has posted so much on social media about her children. It seems like she forgot that she even posted this original story and that it meant nothing to her. Along with TikToks and Instagram posts and everything else, she's also made partnership posts on Instagram with her children. And actually, this partnership is special in particular because Acacia Kersey, I didn't just tell you to go get some skills and to go learn how to work a real job to make fun of you or to be a jerk about it. I'm literally telling you this because it seems like you can't hold a sponsor, and that's pretty much your job. So if you can't hold a sponsor, then how are you going to continue being a YouTuber? And she posted this picture on Instagram with little cute Rosie Bosie. She's literally the most adorable child I've ever seen. And she had a partnership with Minted, and you guys heard I said had, and that's because someone reached out to them and they talked about her, you know, racial slurs and the animal issues that she's had, because you guys know Acacia Kersey has gone through so many pets. Like, oh, I hope there's like a dog heaven specifically for the dogs that Acacia Kersey had, because there are so many of them. They would literally have their own heaven. But anyways, the Minted team replied back to whoever Julia is, and they said, oh, don't worry, sweetie. Like, well, you're not the only one. We've heard this from several people, and Acacia Kersey is canceled for it. Well, she has had something to say about this, and I will get to that in a second, but I want to talk a little bit more about how she's really a master manipulator. So before she addresses the whole sponsor situation and what's going down there, she makes a few Instagram story posts. And these are very recent, like the last 24 hours vibes. And she posted this where she talks about having ADHD, depression, and, you know, being a mother at the same time, and how she needs to put herself first because, you know, she'll have her greasy hair and, you know, she's not taking care of herself because she's always taking care of her children. And she also shared a little bit more about, you know, having ADHD, having depression, and how that affects her and, you know, how she's living her life. And by living her life, I mean like struggling, because it looks like she's struggling from the way that she is posting about this. And then she shares a little snippet of her children, claiming that, you know, the only goal she has is to keep her munchkins happy and loved, which I'm sure she does love her children, but we all must admit that Rosie has been mistreated. And if you have not seen my videos, definitely go check them out. I have something to say about Rosie at the end, but I'll save it for the end for little Miss Rosie Posey. But before she posts about this whole sponsor situation and how she lost her partnership, she first, you know, posts about her mental health and how it's a struggle and how she's struggling all the time, how her only goal is to take care of her children, and then bomb, drop because she talks about the sponsorship situation, and here's what she had to say. Also, I wanted to touch on this very lightly because she just, manipulated us into, feeling bad for her. She's got mental health issues. She's got to take care of her kids. And she claims a lot of people who aren't the biggest fans of me were reaching out to my last sponsor, telling them that I'm a horrible person. They unfortunately were so bombarded that they no longer wanted my posts live. Aww. I'm not sure what the goal was here, but if it was just to take away a job and the payment, that's not actually how jobs and contracts work. And I will still be paid even if I don't have the post live. And since we're paying off Rosie's hospital bills, I'm very happy that's the case. Okay, so there's a lot to take in there, and obviously we want Rosie Posey to get the treatment that she needs, and she's gotten her treatment, but to have her hospital bills paid. But I really feel like she's trying to manipulate us with this post and trying to justify what she does on the internet, which is use her kids for money and for fame. Maybe stop using your children and stop cashing in on these Instagram posts and actually learn how to do something and grow up. I feel like this is a great example of why you should grow up, because you have made major mistakes on the internet and people cannot let go of it. And it's okay. Like, I'm not speaking for these people. There's a whole OT Twitter, original Twitter, whatever. They hate me. It's totally fine. But like, you cannot just play victim here, especially when you have said some really insensitive things about race. Like the things that you have said about race alone, Acacia. I know you made a video and I know you've apologized and everything else, but the racial things were just so, it hit me right in the heart too, because all my friends are, diverse, and I just cannot imagine speaking that way about any other human being. It's actually so tragic. But I do want to share something about that little bit right there, because she actually, let's go to it. She actually showed the receipts for the donation. So like I said, she's done some really insensitive things when it comes to, I can't say the race and then space ism word, so I have to say things around it. Like the insensitive to race situation. Pretty much, she made a lot of clips and a lot of horrible tweets and just terrible things in the past that shows her true colors. And when that came out earlier this year, especially during the Black Lives Matter movement, she made a video addressing those and claiming that the money will be going to this one charity. And she actually finally shared the receipt on this whole situation and her donation. And part of me thinks that she just made this donation recently because she, pulled up the analytics and whatever, but she made about $830 from that video, and she donated $1,000 to Facing History and Ourselves, which is a donation that will focus on issues regarding race and issues in the United States. So I'm glad that she's showing the receipts for that, but I feel like there's still so many other issues here, and one of those issues are the pet situation. So when we were looking at that DM to the partner, someone actually mentioned that, her racial issues, but also the issues she's had with animals and harming animals. And I want to share something about that because she actually posted something online about that situation in particular, because I think she knows, well, I know she knows because she stays on Twitter. Like, she stays reading tweets about her online, but she posted specifically about the dog situation because she knows that is one issue that she hasn't particularly addressed. She addressed the whole Black Lives Matter thing, but she never really addressed the pets, and this is what she had to say. Did you know I had other animals before Lucy and Poppy? Did you know I had to rehome several animals because I thought I could take care of them, but in reality, I was just greedy and incapable? Period. At least someone told her. Lucy used to have a few siblings that didn't stay in our family because of many reasons, but the biggest was I was selfish and wanted the idea of an animal more than I wanted to take care of an animal. I cannot, I can just tell Acacia and I are so different, like entirely different, because my parents, they've had 6 dogs, they had 6 dogs. Recently, one of them passed away. Do not make me cry. So they have 5 dogs, but I could never imagine getting an animal and then giving it up. Like, how could you do that? How can you bring an animal to your home, be like, buy them things and be like, you are my animal, and then be like, you know what, I can't take care of them. Like, it literally breaks my heart for every single animal that had to be in Acacia's care, and I hope that they have heaven for Acacia's animals specifically. Unfortunately, this still happens every single day, and with the holidays approaching and present puppies going under thousands of Christmas trees, I've decided to donate 10% of my next 3 checks to ASPCA to correct my wrongdoings and to potentially save many other pets out there. I have truly lived and learned firsthand that animals need serious devotion and commitment. I'm incredibly grateful to have Poppy and Lucy in our family, and they will be best friends until the end of time. So thankfully, she knows that her animals went to proper homes. And actually I'm not trying to be a hater. The thing is that I'm not a full hater, guys. I'm not a hater. But I really do feel like this is a good move. And at least she's trying. Like, there's some people out here who just don't even try. Like, they don't even care. So at least she's trying in that she's listening. She admitted that she's selfish and she was incapable of taking care of them. Period. At least she's taking responsibility for that. And I feel like when it comes to that situation, there's not much more I can ask for, but rather than to not have any more animals come into your home, and maybe to post the receipts when it comes to your next 3 checks, because I would also be interested to see what that entails, because where is she getting paid from? Like, from YouTube still? Like, I just can't imagine she's making that much on there if she's not really posting stuff. Oh my gosh, how could I forget? Acacia actually did get a new pet this year. She got a dachshund, right? Is that how you say it? Or dachshund? I never know how to say it. I think it's dachshund. But anyway, she got a wiener dog, and I feel like that alone is just, again, why did you get any more animals? Like, please, Acacia. She should be banned from having any more animals at all. And I do find it disgusting that she tries to justify what she did to these animals, claiming, you know, I was just selfish and incapable. Like, there are some other things that you did that you need to recognize. Like, could we talk about Lil Sebastian, aka Bash, who is her Sinks cat that she had at one point, who was really poorly treated, like disgusting. And actually someone commented on her post asking her about that cat, and she went into detail talking about how it was really heartbreaking and how, you know, these cats in general typically get these illnesses. And I just feel like she's trying to act like she did nothing wrong. And I'm like, wait, what are you talking about? This cat was sick, gingivitis, multiple things. Like, look at the cat alone. It doesn't look healthy. It looks like it might be having, is that the skin normally? I don't know if that's the skin normally, but I just feel like any justification of what you did to these animals is not all right. And just the fact that you have more animals coming in, like, why get that extra dog? I don't know. Why don't you just focus on taking your children instead of these extra pets? But like she said, she's selfish and she sees them as accessories. Anyways, I do want to give a little shout out to a few things, and this is the first one. I mentioned that Acacia Kersey does go on Twitter and she reads things about herself, and this is a little example of that happening. This person pretty much asked Acacia, why is your husband on a college campus with 3 young girls? And she said, I believe you're speaking of this tweet. And she screenshotted the tweet and said that, you know, he was just on his way back from an appointment or whatever. But I think this is a great sign that shows that Acacia is listening to what people were saying online about her. So maybe she'll take some advice and actually stop being a family channel. You claimed you're not a family channel anymore, but yet you are such a family channel on TikTok, on Instagram. Like, you constantly use your children. So maybe just stop using your children. And I'm not trying to be nasty, but I just have to go there. And brush your children's hair. I know that I understand being a parent, and I understand that I am not a parent, and that kids are going to be kids. But like, she has been accused of not brushing her children's hair for a long time now. And I do my little puppy, actually, let me take that back. I don't have children, but I do have a dog. And I brush my dog's hair every single day. And my dog wears a little bow right in front of her head. And I brush her pony every single day and put it up. I don't know why it's so difficult to brush her children's hair, especially before you post them online. Like, please. That, along with Rosie's treatment, it just leaves a bad taste in my mouth. And it makes me think that Acacia Kersey has never changed. She's always been this same person who is kind of selfish and greedy. But what do you guys think in the comments below? Should Acacia get a new job soon because it looks like her sponsors aren't holding up? Or do you think Acacia is doing everything in her power that she can to be the best person ever? Leave a comment below and I'll see you guys soon. Bye, guys.